It's the Ant-Hole, baby. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Antonio Gillings. This is the Ant-Hole podcast. I got several guests tonight, and I'm gonna introduce each and every one of them individually because all of these individuals tonight have impacted me in ways that is important to growth. I'm gonna start with April Moye. I only been knowing April since like May, I believe, my birthday.
Yep, your birthday.
Yeah, and it's something about certain people that you kind of like gravitate to, and she is one of those people, like, is an instant connection. And I'm still expounding upon that, trying to figure out like who is this April woman? And my birthday is in May.
What you got to say?
Nah, but I brought her on the podcast because was it my birthday party when I first met you?
That night.
Yeah, so that night we actually did not sleep. We had a birthday party at a club in Inglewood, LA area, and then we took it back to the house and we was all talking over French fries and had a competition, and we had Popeyes,
French fries and Popeyes,
yeah, and electric potato peelers. And baby, thank you for that. She thanks you for that, for real, because that was amazing. I used it for the first time and almost cut my damn finger off.
Gotta be careful now, but it's good now.
Right. And so last time I hung out with her, we went to this club after my comedy show at the Laugh Factory, and I did not know the heifer could sing. And I'm sorry to say heifer.
No, you fine from the south country.
Yeah, but I had to correct myself right now because when I asked her to be on the podcast, she was like, I said, hey, Sister Soldier. She was like, I'm not Sister Soldier, I'm a lady. I said, that's exactly why I need you on
I'm not sure where the neck and all of that came from because you can't read any of that in the text message. You interpreted that.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Heard you, got you.
Yeah. And so welcome, April Moye. Everybody clap and snap.
Thank y'all. Happy to be here.
And so my next guest, she is a friend of girlfriend, and kind of like family too, right? Yeah, family, friend, church member, sister, and she can sing too. Now I knew she could sing, you know what I'm saying, and that's why I'm trying to open this business where I'm managing both of them. But without further ado, Janai.
Oh, you forgot my
Wilson.
name.
No, I didn't forget your name. I was just trying to say
it in a suave way.
Thank you. And so give Janai. And so my next guest has been a client of mine for, I got a barbershop in Inglewood.
Been it now.
Huh?
It's been a while now, huh?
Yeah, it's been quite a while. I don't even know the how long.
Like 10 years.
It's been 10.
Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy. Years. Yeah, I always I'm appreciative of this brother because this brother here helped me keep my lights on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
And I think for 10 years he come every week. You know what I'm saying? So thank you.
Man, get the haircut every week.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
If you love yourself, as you can see, I am going through something. But AD, we call him AD. How you pronounce your real name?
Ademola Dawodu.
Ademola Dawodu.
Ademola Dawodu.
Yeah, that's straight up African right there. and he's been a client of mine for a while, and not just a client, because the majority of my clients are like family and friends, like for real. I don't meet a stranger, and so which is why I feel your energy. I feel your energy. Me and you have had some conversations in the shop.
Great conversation.
Me and him have conversations every week. I should set some cameras up and just when he come in, just press record. But he's a friend of mine. Like he has a great relationship, and he got 2 kids now, 2 sons. So we talking about job security.
Congratulations.
Talking about job security. I'm talking about keep super soaking in my dude. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it.
Yeah. So without further ado, good friend of mine, brother, AD.
You forgot to say that I could sing. No. I can't.
No. So I'm gonna start this off by I'm gonna go back around the table, ask the ladies first. Who are you, and what are the important things that's made you into this person that you are today?
Now you should have gave these questions before.
I know.
Just a little quick jump.
Who am I? I don't know. I think I was talking to one of my friends, and they said, you a shapeshifter. And I said, I think I am. My background, I'm adopted. And I've always known that I was adopted. So it's kind of like, not that I try to shapeshift to be what people want me to be, but shapeshift to find out who I am in different spaces. I've lived in Georgia, I've lived in North Carolina, I lived in New York, I live here now, and I think every place I've lived, I've been a different person. So I don't know if that's what you're supposed to be doing, but I know that's what I'm doing right now. As a person that is adopted and just still trying to find her way to herself. Yeah. Not knowing if I'm ever gonna find that way.
For sure.
Or not, I don't know.
I like that because I feel that because we're all passing through this life. And I feel like in different rooms, we can be different people, but authentic to who we are to ourselves. Right. Like I show up 100% of myself in every room that I'm in. Right. And sometimes I might code switch, like, hey, I'm articulating my words because who in the room, right, you know, they need articulation. Right. You know what I'm saying? To understand who I am. And I can still say I'm a nigga articulate.
Right. No, but I think there's a lot of truth in me shape shifting as well. A lot of times people put pressure on you to know who you are and have the words and be able to say this is who I am, but today I did much of nothing today, and today I was a relaxing human. I was a calm human. I was watching a little bit of ratchet TV, so maybe I'm a little ratchet human too. But I'm still defining who I am. Yeah. But I know who I want to be.
Yeah, that's right.
And who I'm striving to be.
As long as you have the goal in mind, that's all that matters. As long as you can see who you want to be, that's it. Because that helps you from from making change. Like, because making change means, like, if I'm just changing, when I come to a real roadblock, I'm gonna go back to the beginning of that lesson. Yeah. But if I know who I want to be,
I'm gonna keep going.
Yep. And it's inevitable. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And Janai.
Nay, your turn.
No, I'm with her. Like, I never thought about it. I mean, I'm a mom. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm still trying to figure out who I am as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You should have gave these questions earlier. Like,
yeah, you know, that was just a spur of the moment question.
No, I mean, it's a good question. It's a good question, but it's something that I've never thought about. Yeah. But those are the things that I am. And everything I named, I don't know.
But
probably still not explaining, because everything that I am, I'm always giving to everybody else, and I leave. I don't leave much for myself, so I'm still trying to figure out. Who I am.
So what are some of the things that's brought y'all to this place? What would you say, like, one of the key things that you could say, like, this got me to this woman that I am today? My
spirituality. Like, I've really been heavy and, like, really trust, like, a real believer, truster. I struggle with that. Really, literally, like, completely trusting God has really gotten me where I am. And my family. We have a strong bond. Big family, and we're really close. So those two things, that's what got me here.
For me, I would say just being resilient. I just don't lose. Like, it's no such thing as losing.
I like that.
Even a no is not a N-O, it's a K-N-O-W. Like, you just don't know what's in front of you if you tell me N-O. So I just don't lose. So just being resilient. I'm from Augusta, Georgia, which is very, very small.
Oh, you right around the corner from where I was from.
Where you from?
Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah. So most of my friends are still there. No knock, no diss. But when I went to college, I went to Savannah State University.
Okay.
Then I went to UNC Charlotte, then North Carolina A&T. And everywhere that I went, it was, you going that far? You keep going further and further. You need to come home back home. Or when I was going to New York, it was like, what? And I'm like, if I don't like it, I could just come back home, right? Ain't that what y'all said? So
that's what they
we just gonna figure out how, if I like it, then I come on back home.
Right. But you gotta step out.
So just being resilient, because any place that's foreign that other people haven't gone, everybody try to tell you how to do it. They never done it. And they try to keep you from and prevent you from doing it. So I'm like, let me go and just see if I like it. And I love New York.
Yeah, me too.
So just resiliency. Just being resilient in everything. If I don't got it right now, I know I'm gonna get it. If I ain't winning right now, I know I'm gonna win eventually. So it's just knowing that, keeping God first. He got all the answers, and I ain't dreaming for it to stay in my sleep. So I gotta just keep going.
I didn't dream it for it to stay in my sleep.
I love that.
Let's get us some snaps. I like that.
You gotta keep going.
All right, so AD.
That's what's up. It was Who Am I?
And what are the things that got you to this point?
So who am I? I'm a husband, father, real estate investment specialist, and how I got to where I am today. Honestly, like, I pretty much, coming from two Nigerian parents, but then being born and raised in this country, I always felt like I've kind of had a double consciousness where like I'm partially like every Black American, but then it's like, okay, I'm not, because I was raised by people from a different country. But like when you run into other people, they just see a Black dude. They're not like, oh, he's Nigerian.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think like that point of view and perspective has really given me like really a lot of like clear cut things I'm on. So as far as like what I believe or what I'm into, or my principles, they're kind of just like set in stone, but over years and years of like thinking about these things, you know what I mean? So the older I get, the more I think I know who I am, but then that keeps on changing too. So we'll see. Ask me again next year.
I'm gonna need you to get a Nigerian accent, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I'll do it here.
Can you turn it on?
I don't have it.
No.
I got a better Nigerian accent than he do. Like, nah, that's Jamaican, brother. Like, nah, but man. So give AD.
Thank you.
You gonna answer the question for yourself?
So who I am a vessel of light and love. I am a father, grandfather, ex-husband, a brother. I am God on this earth in myself. I am optimism. Yeah, I'm very optimistic, and I'm a dreamer. Like anything you can think of positive, I am, I believe. And so things that's gotten me here to this point is my belief that I can do anything I want to do, and trying it out. And regardless of religious belief and the way I was brought up, I tried it, and I didn't see that it was something detrimental to my life, like I grew up thinking. I grew up very religious, and I felt like
very religious, believing in God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They taught me like if you have sex before marriage, it's a bad thing.
You're gonna die.
Yeah. But I was already done had sex with myself. I said, this is amazing. If I got a partner, like. So
we all right.
I'm a comedian, so don't pay me no attention. But that's another thing. Like I do a lot of things, and things that's gotten me here is like quote unquote failure. I'm not afraid to try something and fail anymore. Like if I do something and it don't work, and then I know, okay, if I'm still alive, thank you God, I can try something else. So my trust and my belief is always in Jesus Christ, the baby version, the all forms of Jesus Christ. When he went away for 18 years or whatever it was, and he's being educated or whatever, even that part, even the table turning over Jesus, the thug Jesus, and I believe that I believe in Jesus Christ. So, and I believe in the Bible. I believe in anything that's of light and love. Period. If somebody say they believe in that they're a Muslim or any other religion, long as their version of their God or deity is light and love, I can rock with that. I feel like not to get too much into religion and stuff, but light and love makes you respect other people and everything that's really alive. And so those are the things that got me here. I didn't expect to be asked that, but
So you see how it feels.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So let's give a toast to great conversation.
And
growth, the ant hole, and
clink, 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 clink.
Yes.
They say you gotta look everybody in the eye.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh yeah.
That's what they say. Well, what happened?
7 years of bad sex, and I ain't trying to.
Oh no, hell no.
We ain't doing that.
No, I ain't never had no years of bad sex. Even when it was by myself. Okay, I'm done. All right, so that was good too. Yeah, we got margaritas over here, and y'all got wineritas.
Wine and some champs over there.
Right.
Yeah.
And some tea.
All right, so the first topic is God in your personal relationship today. How do you see God in your relationship, and did you start off with God? If you are in a relationship, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you was talking about a relationship with myself.
God.
Yeah,
See,
that's what I thought you were referring to.
me too.
What?
Well, that's all I got to talk about.
What?
The relationship I have with God.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay.
He know I love him, and we have a great relationship. I'm just trying to figure out when it's gonna happen for me.
Right.
I understand you just gotta trust the process, so I'm trusting the process. I was in education for 17 years, a leader of a school, all that jazz. I quit 2 years ago to start this journey of creative life, I guess, if that's what you want to say. So I moved out here, and I've been auditioning and singing and things of that nature, but it's not really lucrative in the beginning.
Right.
So now, after 2 years of not actually being in education, now it's time for me to go back because it's not lucrative right now doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I know going back means that creative vibes are absolutely gonna fall to the wayside just because in education, that's my passion. That's my first passion, my first love. So that means that I'm gonna give my all. And giving your all in education means that education has never been a 9 to 5 and it never will be for a very long time. So I don't know how to clock out and go home. My brain isn't wired like that with education. So now I'm just trying to figure out, do I go ahead and get a job and do what I know how to do best and make great money and then let the creative side like just fall, or do I trust the process with God and just keep doing what I'm doing and pray for the best?
It's not a zero-sum thing. So when I say that, I mean it's not one or the other. It's not like, oh, either you get the job and just completely leave the creative side, or vice versa. Like try to, you know what I mean? Like let the job be your investor. That's what it's supposed to be. Let your job be your investor for what you actually want to do.
Right.
Like I don't know if you've heard them say like the 9 to 5 and then the 5 to 9. So it's like I get what you're saying, where it's like you feel like if you have a job that you're kind of like one track mind, but really you have to time block. You really have to time block, and that means like just scheduling yourself where like, no, this is the time where I don't do nothing else but my creative stuff. And if it's not coming at that time, don't do nothing else. You know what I mean? Like just don't do nothing else and let the time pass. And if you did something, you did, and if you didn't, you didn't. But that's the only way to, you know what I mean? Like, engage in corporate America, but then still work on your dreams too. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's where I struggle, because education, I have to give my all. Like it's not just stop doing what you're doing and work on this. Now I'm sure that I can. I just don't know what that looks like. And I think if and when I do it, I think I'm gonna somewhere is gonna be lacking. Whether it's my job, because deadlines have to be met, things have to be done. Kids' lives are kids' lives, and that has no timeline or time restraint or constraint, right? But I do think it's about discipline, because as soon as you start talking about discipline, popped out to me.
Yeah, that's like my favorite word. I just have to be
disciplined to say, you know what, this is the cutoff and this is it.
Exactly.
And tomorrow is tomorrow. But right now I'm working on this from this time to this time. So. Or I could just not get a job and lean on the Lord.
I mean, either way, you're gonna be leaning on the Lord.
You're right.
Well, what do you mean? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what is leaning on the Lord? Because I think that if the Lord has put something in your heart, that it's gonna, if you are really leaning on the Lord, He's gonna cause you to do that thing.
Okay, so leaning on the Lord to me feels like maybe like 6 months, a year ago, I was like, you gotta go get a job, because your deadline was a year to be off work, not 2.
Oh, that's your deadline though.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, so let me just apply. I apply to some jobs, I get them all, and I'm like, I got to tell these people I don't want to do this. Like everyone that I accepted, I was like, I don't know why I did this. Lean on the Lord, because this ain't it. I know what this job requires. I know the time, energy, effort, and where my mind has to be, and I don't really want my mind to be there right now. Same thing with the last, I would say, 2 months. I've had a couple of interviews and they're great and the pay is wonderful, and I'm like, all right, cool, but that's not really what I want to do right now. And not that I don't want to do it, but I know when I do it, I'm gonna do it. So what I ended up doing was accepting a job, just tutoring job, and it's a tutoring job. Love where I work. They don't really bother me. I tutor my kids. I go home. But even in that, I find myself nitpicking and figuring out ways I can help the organization and building different things for them. And I'm like, no, these 2 hours were not supposed to be for that. These 2 hours supposed to be for whatever else it was supposed to be for, but that wasn't on the list. So it's like my heart is in it, because I know that's my purpose. I know that's why I'm here. But that don't mean God ain't put me on here for other purposes and other dreams and boxes to check either. So that's where my confusion, jump in, jump out, lean on the Lord comes in. Like, because I don't know am I supposed to take this job? Because it's great. Pay is great. But am I supposed to keep doing what I'm doing? Because I'm doing well here as well. So
I think a lot of times when you have options to choose, I think the thing is just deciding.
Yeah.
Like when you make a decide, like if you make a choice and it's not the right choice, God within yourself is just enough to correct you and say, hey, go back the other direction. You know, so
But can you though in education? I don't know if you could do that.
I don't know either,
To be in education, you can. That's the thing. I'm like, education is so. I take it so seriously. Like if I take a job in education at a school, I'm there for the year. It's no turning back.
Yeah.
So I got to be really sure and clear about the yes that I'm giving them, because I don't quit. So it's like I don't quit on kids.
Yeah.
So, and I build relationships, so I know I don't do that. So I'm like, if I take this job, I'm just gonna be here for a year, rain, hail, sleet, snow, whether I like it or not. I'm gonna see these kids through, and then the next year I might not come back, and then that's another thing. But they got me for a year.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't take a job for this year. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lean on the Lord and bank account looking real funny, but.
So Janai, what about you?
We all right.
What was the question again?
How do you see God in your relationship, and do you start the relationship off with God, or?
So I am currently single. So I can't even answer that.
Yeah, are you single
right
by
now.
default?
You can.
Are you single by default because the brother's left, or did you leave?
I'm single because I don't want to hurt nobody.
Okay. Okay.
And
You a heartbreaker, huh?
No. I don't mean in that sense. I mean, men are out here playing. They playing.
I don't know about that. I think men are just men.
I think folks out
They
here playing. Men and women.
So I'm single because I don't want to hurt nobody. I got too much to lose. And I ain't trying to be
physically
here.
Right. No,
I
feel the energy.
Yeah.
I feel the energy. She don't speak.
No. I'm talking about because I done been there.
Yeah.
And I can't do that.
So that's some of the things that brought you here today. You know.
No, that ain't.
You ain't had to.
Woo, Lord,
She
no.
said she can't answer that. So
Can't answer that. But I'm sorry.
What?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay.
your relationship.
My relationship with God though is so much stronger because I've been through a lot. Like even with my son, I don't want to get into that, but been through so much with him. I really had to like lean on God because I didn't know what to do and how to get through it. I literally do not worry. I completely trust.
That's good.
'Cause I was a worry wart. Like that's what I was saying earlier when I was I wasn't struggling with my relationship. I was struggling with just trusting. But I trust. I completely trust. I know he'll bring me the right person. Because I haven't. I don't think I can think back in my relationships. I don't think the people that I've dated had a relationship with God, and that's probably why it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Nah, not really.
So
not like
I
do.
So that kind of goes with like the question that I'm asking is like, how do you put God in the relationship first? Because if you did, I think a lot of times you would know that it was unequally yoked, and I think a lot of times we move outside of where God wants us to be for the sake of like our lust or whatever we want for ourselves at the moment.
What does equally yoked mean?
Meaning we got the same mind, like you know, we got the same mind as far as like how we do things, how we process, how we
our beliefs,
believe
our goals,
in God and all that. Like we equal to the fact of our upbringing, kinda, I believe. You know, I'm still trying to figure out equally yoked.
I don't know if it necessarily means upbringing though. You know what I mean? Because
I mean,
I don't know. I've always taken it more in the sense of like we both have the same idea in mind. Like we're both. Man, this is hard to explain.
Equally yoked meaning like if I get up in the morning and go to church and you still in the bed, we're not on the same page.
Maybe they just tired of it.
No, you don't never go.
Okay, so that is yeah. So you don't have like, okay, if I got a reverence for God and I wake up on Sundays and like, okay, we gotta go to church, and you never get up and say I got a reverence for God too, that is something that's like unequally yoked, where the idea and the heart and the belief that I have for God is not in you as well.
Right.
But like there's a scripture.
But do I have to be?
Well, I mean that.
I believe in God. I believe in Jesus.
So look, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a scripture that says a sanctified wife will make a sanctified husband. Meaning, well, my interpretation of that scripture is that if a man, you know, sometimes men be like, nah, I ain't going today. I'm watching football or whatever like that. But when a woman keep going, somehow that man becomes a little bit more righteous in seeing his wife leave or his woman leave out the house to go serve the Lord, and eventually he'll want to go too.
I want to reference AD, what you were saying about upbringing. That will affect as well, because so I've had an ex. I'm playing God. I think I was listening to the concert songs. This was years ago. Listening to the concert songs, and he said that music is annoying. Like, I'm tired of hearing it. And I'm like, what? Like, this is never gonna work, because you're not gonna come to church. You don't really believe. You don't like gospel music. It's annoying to you. Yeah, no, I'm gonna rethink this. Yeah. So upbringing, you're not raised in church. That's gonna affect the relationship.
But maybe you
to a degree, but
lead him too.
That part, because the thing is, so if we all went around. All right, so like one of the things that was special about Jesus was he was in a time where the Pharisees, who were, you know, the big political religious parties at play, they operated as if they were too good for everybody. But then Jesus came and he was a radical, and he was like, no, I'm going to hang out with everybody. Like, I don't have to do what they do, but we can kick it. Mm-hmm. And through that, he was an example, and he showed people, like, this is how you walk upright. Mm-hmm. This is how you live an upstanding life. And through that, he was able to convert more people as opposed to if he were to just act like he's so much better. Not saying that that's what you're saying. But my point is that, like, sometimes we do have to, like, mingle with people who aren't from the same upbringing, and that's how we bring people along with us. Mm-hmm. You know, like, but I think for me, more so when I said upbringing, I mean more like for example, my wife, she didn't grow up in church, but I grew up in church. But when she became an adult, she started to go to church on her own. So I think it's more so of your mindset now as opposed to like your upbringing, because, you know, they say like when you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your decisions. Mm-hmm. So that's saying that, like, yeah, you can't help who you're born under, what you're born into. But when you become an adult, you choose. You make the choice. Exactly. So it's like I don't look too much at someone's upbringing as opposed to who they are now and who they're trying to be moving forward.
But if a person's not willing to get on board and to intertwine the things that you're interested, that's where the problem comes in.
So let me ask you something. How hard is it if you're in that situation, Janai, like to make decisions for yourself at that point? Like if you're in a relationship with somebody that just don't want to see things your way, like for you personally, how is that? Are you able to stay in that relationship, or like what does that feel like?
I'm not a person that like really gives up easily, or gives up on people that I love and care about. But if it's just like beating a dead horse, what are we? Why am I still in this? Yeah. If you're making me unhappy,
yeah.
Why am I still gonna, you know?
The only reason I asked about equally yoked is because I don't think I've ever asked anyone that I've been in a relationship with outside of, do you believe in God?
Me neither.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, so those are the things that makes you equally yoked, though.
You said yes. All right. I guess we can move forward.
Yeah,
I don't think I've really had a conversation.
Yeah, like which God?
About the Lord, for real.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Yeah. I'll put that on my chick. Let me ask detailed questions.
All right, so I want to talk about the role of love languages and how important is understanding your partner's love language, and does it truly impact the success of a relationship? AD.
Yes, it does.
You started.
Yeah, I'll start with you right
now. So the first part of the question was
how important is it understanding your partner's love language?
Honestly, I think that's very important, because you know, love languages are funny because you have your love languages, the way you like to be loved, but then your partner has theirs. And to me, I feel like if you really love someone, then you're going to try to love them in their love language. And ideally, they'll love you in yours, but you have to really kind of like give love freely and kind of hope it comes back. But yeah, so that's the thing about love languages. Like, you know, you have your own, which you have to figure out, and then, but you also have to figure out theirs, and then figure out, okay, how do I, you know, work within whatever their love language is.
Yeah. How do y'all? Okay, April.
Love language, as in the 5 love languages. I was just sitting there trying to figure out what are mine. I don't think I really care about them, but I think it's the same thing. I think when you love someone, you want to make them happy.
Right.
So whatever that is that you know makes them happy, you will be more inclined to do those things to make them happy.
Right.
So I guess I do believe in love languages, but what are they again?
It's what? Physical touch,
I remember that.
quality
Acts of
time,
service,
acts of service,
gifts, and
gift giving, words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah, I like them all.
I think everybody likes them. What are your, Antonio, what are your top 3?
My top 3 is physical touch. One and two.
Like, hey, baby, how you doing?
Yeah,
today?
I love all that. Like, I love for my woman. Like if we driving down the road, like I love my woman. Put her hand all over.
You know, I seen somebody do that, and I was just like, people like that.
I love stuff.
Like
Yeah, that's
Shoot,
me.
girl.
Like, get off
That's
me.
my love language.
I'm trying to drive.
Okay, so
Like, what are you doing?
that's funny.
she said people
You know,
like
Strange when I saw it multiple times. I said, people must really like that. Okay.
So like 1 and 2 kind of go hand in hand. Quality time and physical touch. So like if we spending quality time, I like for my woman to like put her foot on me, rub me, and put her arm around me, or my arm around her, and you just, you know, all that. I love all that affection stuff. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a thug, but I gave that shit up, you know.
Please. Thug life? Please.
I'm asleep.
So physical touch, quality time.
And the thug's the one that wanted the most. So I seen. Relax, guys.
Nah, but I think it's something to be said when you have somebody, a love language that's totally opposite of yours. When I was married, you know, and that goes to say too, with nowadays you can do a love language test. You can put the 5 out and say what is your 1 through 5, and then you can write yours down and then compare, and that will tell you everything, a lot about what you need to know. And one time, me and my ex, we took this marital conference thing at the church, and it said do your love language test. And I did mine. I was like, physical touch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And my number 1 was her 5.
Oh yeah.
You know, she didn't. Physical touch was her last on her list. And then I was like, damn, I'm still trying to get her to understand.
That ain't
That's
equally.
unequally yoked.
That's not true.
Yeah. It is.
I don't think so.
It is. People touch you and you like, move.
Nah, okay, I'm a person, I ain't gonna say move, but I might be like, my energy gonna say,
Move.
don't touch me.
Yeah. So
But that's not unequally yoked. That just means I don't like to be touched.
I don't know if I think that's unequally yoked. I think the unwillingness to, you know, try to be more of that maybe is more so unequally yoked. You know what I mean? But it's like,
but my thing is like when you have somebody that is physical touch is last on their list, and yours is your number 1 love language, it is kind of being like unequally yoked. I agree, because if I touch you at a time where we're having quality time and you like, what you doing? Like,
it's the response. You know? I might not like it, but I ain't gonna be like, get off me now.
But even if your energy is saying get off me,
because at that point I'm like, do you really like me?
Let me go and let him touch.
Do you like me?
Yeah.
And eventually I might like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at this big age and
but see, you can't
like it.
But if you go against the energy, if you're going with the energy gonna be true to what it is.
But maybe it's you. Maybe you ain't made me feel comfortable enough for you to touch me whenever you want to
it all
touch
goes
me.
back to square one. We ain't even here. We ain't equal.
And then too, it could be a timing thing. Like maybe right now you just in the mood to just watch this goddamn movie, and I want to chill, and you Netflixing. You know,
That's true.
You know, so I don't know. What's the second part of this thing? Does it truly impact the success of a relationship? You know, your love languages. Like, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just like how we were just talking about, like how you said your 1 was her 5 is like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it could. I mean, I don't think it's the one determinant, but I do think it's a factor, you know, but especially more so if there's an unwillingness, like she was saying, an unwillingness to be more of that for your partner, then that's definitely gonna hurt the relationship. Because then one or both of you is gonna feel like you're doing so much and the other isn't doing enough for you. So,
that's true.
You know what I mean? Nobody likes to feel like they're giving more than they're receiving.
Yeah, I was gonna expound upon that.
And I think that, you know, that's not something you can work on. If I love to touch you and be touched and you don't like it, that's not something you can work on. No,
I think so.
No.
Yeah, I really think
no.
I think if you decide that you want to be the person who allows your partner to touch them, I definitely think somebody can be more of that. But it's more so about it's more so about deciding you want to be that.
The rest of y'all don't
like,
touch
you know what, for example, like, when I tell people stuff, I kind of just, I wouldn't say I'm blunt, but I'm to the point a lot of times. And my wife, that's not always the best way to communicate with her. You know what I mean? But it's like, I had to eventually, you know, figure out, like, okay, like, she likes to be talked to in a different way, so let me try that.
Now, that's something you can work on, though.
But you know, but that's not my natural inclination. You know, my natural thing is to be straight to the point, like it is what it is, and it's not necessarily a negative thing to me. I'm like, if you take the emotion out of statements, it's just a statement. So, you know, take it for what it is and like let it make you better or disregard it, whatever. You know, so that's how I feel. You know, that's my natural way of going about it. But because I want to communicate with her the best way that she'll receive it, I'm going to do something different. You know what I mean? But it's like, if I didn't want to, then that's a whole different thing. Then it's like, you know, you need to decide at that point, do you even want to be with that person?
You changed your mind yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think, no.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
If I'm affectionate and you're not, you're going to eventually fuck with my ego. Because I'm like, do you like me? Because you don't want to be touched.
So you ain't equally yoked with yourself.
No, that's not even a thing.
But you don't think so?
That could be a thing.
That's not what it is. You haven't reconciled something in your own spirit.
No. I mean, that's human nature.
You don't think someone
that's
can
human nature.
Change their mind about that?
Like,
I'm telling you, I am the example.
Do you like me?
I feel like your mind can be changed about that.
Your mind can be changed by a whole lot of things.
The thing is, I hate making statements like everything's black or white, because it's not. It's really based on that person.
Yeah.
Like, it depends. Like, there are individuals who they're gonna be rigid and stuck on whatever they're stuck on, no matter what you do. Those are the ones I feel you run from. But you know, there's other people who like, okay, I don't know. I feel like. Everything's a gray area. You have to work with things, you know, because when we get too stuck on like black and white, that's when people, that's when people can't. That's why we have all the turmoil we have in the country right now, because everybody thinks things are black and white,
literally,
when it's really not. Right.
Well, no, I don't have that mindset, but it's some things that are. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's not a is what it is thing. It's not.
It is.
Because I would let that man rub my booty today.
So that one man. But what about them? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You prove my point.
No, I don't like it.
So, are there cultural nuances to love languages in the black relationships?
absolutely.
No.
Wait, can you?
What do you mean? Yeah, can you like
break that down?
No. No. okay, so like culturally, like we are different from other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And how is our culture of loving made I guess you know, within our culture, how is it made within the love languages? Like I don't know what I'm saying, man.
I'm trying to figure it out too.
I feel like do black people love differently than other cultures? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
like within our culture, like and the love languages, how does that, you know, and culturally?
I mean, I think it's changing and evolving currently. I think black people just as a whole, we have to combat false narratives that other people perpetuate and we perpetuate as well. So for examples, deadbeat dads and things of that nature. Like, I grew up with about 8 of my friends, and there was only like 2 of us that didn't know our dads. Everybody else's dad was around, whether they was with the moms or not. They were still there. So when I hear people talk about that, I'm like, I didn't even experience what y'all talking about. So who has it? And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because clearly it came from somewhere.
Right.
But I think we have to combat certain things that other cultures don't. Another thing with the man 50-50 conversation that we beat till it's dead and gone and came back and beat again. Other cultures don't even have to have that conversation because it's just known that the man is going to do it.
Exactly.
You won't be marrying my daughter if you don't do that.
If you're not a doctor or a lawyer, you don't even come into the family.
Can you provide? Sheep herder. I don't care. Can you provide? So I think we just have to combat a lot in order for us to have a strong black family unit. But we know strong black successful families. I mean, everybody could at least name 1, 2, 3, or 4. And like, okay, we see them. We know they exist. But I do think that we just always got our fists up, man, just ready to duke it out with the world and try to be the best and or portray each other as the best or blame somebody because the world says we got to find somebody to blame. When in all actuality, every culture got all kind of shit going on.
That's true, right?
So it's kind of like we see black love. I don't think we want to believe what we see, because when we believe it, it's like, well, what are y'all doing different? Living life like everybody else, trying to figure this thing out and communicate effectively.
Exactly. That's true. That's all true.
So I think,
I ain't got nothing else to say about that one. You?
No.
You?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna move right into dating in the digital age. Have y'all tried online dating?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So has technology affected dating and commitment?
Absolutely. I think social media has changed the narrative of dating and relationships because it's so accessible to just meet people. You know what I mean? Versus apps. In dating apps, you can DM somebody, slide in a DM, and all of that nowadays. Excuse me. You know, so definitely social media has kind of like, you know, the podcast, what we doing, you know, the men, all the crazy stuff they say, how they talk about women, talk about black women, and it's just, it's like, I mean, you're supposed to work. It's any relationship, any ship, family, friend, you know, significant others, work. But it's just a lot of game playing. And wait 90 days to have sex, and it's just
I
like,
agree with that.
I agree with that.
You agree with that?
I agree.
So that let me go back to the initial question about God and relationship. Okay, so you know, so if y'all waiting 90 days, y'all are really not. I believe that you're not doing what God wants you to do in the first place. Cause
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying. So like when you say, okay, I believe in 90 days, and God say, no, wait until you're married or wait until you're chosen, then everything else falls way.
God say wait until you're chosen?
Huh? No, but to be a wife, you have to be chosen. You have to be chosen to be a wife.
No, yes. I was talking about the other part of it.
You know, like, because until, like, that man that you like rubbing on your booty.
Not currently. I said I would allow him to. I would allow him to.
So look, okay, so if that man was to ask you to be his wife, you would say yes, right?
No.
I think no. Okay. So, what man would you say yes to?
I haven't found him yet.
Okay.
He's still looking for
do
me.
you think?
He's
do you
still
think,
looking for me.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, in finding, in being chosen, a man has to find you. Like, this is one of the conversations that I think me and you had in the barbershop. Is like the power of a man and the power of a woman is different. Men and women we're so different in the aspect of like to become a wife, you have to be in position.
What does that mean?
Be in position.
What does that mean? You have to be a girlfriend? That's the position?
No.
Help me out, brother.
What's the position?
I think position, it kind of means like being ready. And by being ready is like, because you know how they say, or I don't know if you've heard anybody say that, like, you're a wife before you get married. You know what I mean? Like, the way you carry yourself, the things you do, the way you go about life, and the way you take care of yourself and potentially those around you, those are the kind of things that make you a wife. But then you don't become someone's wife until they choose you.
Right.
But so I'm guessing that's what you mean by like being in position, like maintaining those characteristics before you actually get those titles.
What are the characteristics?
Depends on the man.
Yeah.
It depends on the wife you want to be.
But I don't think it depends on the wife you want to be. I think it depends on the wife that you already are. And when that man, it's almost like an alignment of things. Like
what?
Whatever I'm looking for in a wife, when you are that, it would align and it'd be like,
that's my wife.
That's my wife, and it'll be perfect for our vision. That's why I think that's why the scripture says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord, because that favor from the Lord means that she's going to fulfill her duties as a wife. Because
what are her duties? These are real questions.
No, I get it.
No, yeah.
The duty of a wife
is
to be. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna get at. To be a helpmate. And so it's
exactly what it sounds like. Help.
Yeah. So
help you do what?
Be a partner.
For instance,
period.
Help.
Not help me do this or that.
Yeah, not help me fail, but help me succeed. Because
if I need to go out and go to work and the kids need to eat, help.
Help.
But you know what I'm saying? Just help. Like whatever I need, help.
Nigga be trying to be like, help. Be like, no, I'm gonna call 911.
It goes both ways.
If I can't swim, I can't come help you. We both can.
No, you calling 911 is help.
Okay.
If they can swim.
I might be dead by then, but I'm gonna come.
But then that means you gonna be set up.
I mean, we want equally yoked. See how they go. Connecting the dots. Okay.
No, but
a wife is supposed to be a helpmate.
Yeah, and like when a man finds a wife, he finds his alignment. He finds a help. He finds like everything that that's gonna perpetuate him to being his higher self. Because everybody got two sides. And it's the higher self and it's the lower self. It's the God and it's the devil. And it's all these things that's pulling at individuals at one time. And so when you have that duality, you need to find yourself that's going to help you. I heard a saying back in the church a long time ago. It was like the man is the head, the wife is the neck. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm going in the wrong direction, that wife can say, hey, look at it from this perspective, and it could change our view. And sometimes men, we could be getting ready to go off a cliff, and that woman be like, hey, like, look over here, and I'm like, oh, so a lot of times we can be saved by the alignment of listening to a woman.
So if I'm a helpmate, you looking for me. But what if you ain't ready?
Then
you really shouldn't be looking.
Yeah.
So who is this person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is why it's important to like know what you're looking for, because there's people, like you just said, like, okay, what if you're not ready? There's people out here who aren't ready and they're looking. You know what I mean? So you need to be able to identify that when they approach.
Right.
And like, all right, not you. Like, you're not ready. You know what I mean? But I think oftentimes we let what we want and our desires, and we tell ourselves like, this is God's plan. You know what I mean? Like, I've done that myself, and I've heard people say like, no, this is what God wanted. I'm like, God is not going to tell you to do something stupid. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now, God ain't
God never told you to do that. So it's like, what are we really listening to when we make our decisions?
Yeah. Have y'all ever tried online dating?
Yeah, I have.
You have? What's the pros and cons of online dating?
There's no pros. It's all cons.
There's no pros?
There's gotta be
no
some.
pros.
Nah, I don't know.
But there's people who get married off online dating.
You can meet a lot of people very fast. That's a pro.
Okay.
But other than that, in my experience, crazy.
No pros.
Crazy. Like I personally have bad experiences. Bad experience. I done met some crazy.
What's the worst experience you've had? Talk about it. Did y'all hear that? Go ahead. Now, seriously, if you don't mind, if it's too deep to talk about it, now I'll go on to the next issue.
So I had this one guy, handsome, nice. That's why we matched or whatever.
Match how?
What was it? What was it?
Yeah, can you say the app?
Hinge.
Oh, Hinge.
And we matched it. I said something. I'm trying to think of what I said. I forgot. I said something. Everything was just like, he had a very negative mindset. Now I'm a very positive person, and I forgot what I said. Then I woke up to long paragraphs. I'm like, first of all, I'm not reading this.
Right. Yeah.
Second of
Did
all,
you read it?
No. I read a couple lines. Like, what? No.
See what you saying?
No, I'm not doing that. I don't even know you like that. I just matched with you 3 days ago, and you. Oh, he said I was an angry woman, and just. I don't really want to get into everything. It just wasn't a good experience.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't had terrible experiences. I only been on like 3 dates, but
3 dates in general.
From like
a dating app.
Which one?
Hinge.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing. I'm more old school. Meet me at Walmart. I drop my field peas. We lock eyes. I go to the register. Like, I want to meet organically.
Yeah, like I do too.
Like, I really don't want to.
I love April 1.
Meet like that. It's kind of weird, honestly.
Field
But
peas.
it is. I like field peas.
Hey, my God.
Man, they so
Ain't
good.
nothing like. Give me some.
I ain't never had that before.
Right.
You never had
You never had field
I don't even know what that is.
Oh
What
my
is that?
God! You ain't never had a bucket of peas. You had the shell. No, no shell, no peas. Oh no, Janai.
Not country.
Yeah,
We ain't country.
So you from Nigeria? You have you ever shelled peas?
Country, yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, though. When you mentioned that, I think I know what you're talking about.
Peas grow on a vine that's about this long. Peas about this long, and it's not just one. It's about 6 to 10 of them, and you break them off and you put them in a bucket, and then when you go home, you got to open those peas up. That's how you get the little peas that's in, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
I'll buy me a can of peas.
Yeah.
And I mean, they don't taste the best. Right. They got some brands out there that's All right.
That's the glory beans.
Yeah, the glory beans really good.
Yeah, glory
They put
beans.
a lot of salt with them mugs.
Yeah.
And this is not a commercial for glory beans. All right. I ain't doing no ads until they pay me.
But if you
know
want
what I'm saying?
to, we can get you going. We're not gonna count you out.
We ain't gonna count you out, glory. Now y'all gotta cut me a check to do some more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah.
But
But I just want to meet organically. It's just weird. And weird as in everything just so cut and dry in this world. It's just like, oh, if you're not this height, if you don't look like this, if you don't. Now, some things are non-negotiables, of course, believing in God and all of that, like atheists and all this. Like, no, I'm cool. But everything else,
I had an atheist.
I always feel like if aesthetically you could fix it, then we can continue the conversation. So if you're missing your side tooth, you could just go get a tooth.
Right. Got it.
That's what I feel. If I don't really like your weight, but you don't really like your weight either,
Right.
we can work on that.
Right. See?
And I think people just
See,
superficial. Like if you're not coming with it right now, then it's like swipe over with whatever. Like
I think you was a nigga in your last life.
I got 6 brothers.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.